This video is sponsored by Lux Brand. They sell quality shades, watches, and backpacks for men and women. Keep watching this video for a 20% off coupon code.
Hey guys, this is Kiwami Drive. My name is not Christian, but it is Dean. In this video, we're going to review Kamen Build episode 19. And first thing I would like to say is that this episode was solid. It was pretty good. It's clearly not the greatest episode of Kamen Build. We do get some plot development, some hints, well not hints, but like we're going to get another power-up for Kamen Build next week in episode 20. But first thing I would like to say is, or second thing rather, is the relationship between Centaur and Ryuga. At this point we already basically know where their relationship is going, how their interactions are going to be. Ryuga kind of want to protect each other without telling the other one that they want to protect the other one. Centaur's just saying that he wants to. Well, Centaur's a bit more open about it now that Ryuga does know that the Splash Driver is going to ruin his body physically. But Ryuga, he wants to keep using the driver and say, with the excuse that Ryuga will finish the war by himself as soon as possible. But it is a guise for his true intention, which is to allow Centaur to smile again, which earlier he has been, now he's not so much, because Centaur believes that the war is on him. Because he was Katsuragi Takumi, he was the one that created the build driver, made basic blueprints for the Splash Driver, full bottles, nebula gas. All of it was Katsuragi Takumi's doing, and therefore it was Centaur's doing. So basically sins of the father kind of deal. But we get more development on Kamen Rider Grease, which I cannot remember the name of, his civilian name, but we find out he's a farmer. And the three crows of Hokuto were all working under him as farmers. But when the Skywall was created through the touching of the Pandora's box by Soichi or Bloodstalk, the soil became tainted and so forth. So we find out that Kamen Rider Grease, he is fighting for Hokuto for supposedly a noble reason, to protect his family and his people, while the Three Crows are fighting for him and for their families, but they're being manipulated by the Prime Minister of Hokuto and supposedly Bloodstalk. So with that, because in the last few episodes, the Three Crows, despite them being hard smashers, being very strong smashers, they need to get stronger because they've been getting beaten by both Centaur and Ryuga. Centaur using Rubber Tank Sparkling most of the time, and Ryuga using the Splash Driver, of course, as Kamen Rider Cross Charge. But because of the Three Crows being beaten a lot, they want to get stronger, therefore they have to become Hazard Smashers using the Hazard Trigger, which Katsuragi Takumi built long before, and it's supposedly the forbidden item. So they become Hazard Smashers, which they get a black overcoat to their armor. You can still see hints of their basic colors like red on the Castle's Hazard Smash and Stag Beetle and so forth. So they become Hazard Smashers, they're more powerful. Blue and yellow are very fast, and red's just more powerful. So we get the Hazard Smashers. I don't think they'll last too long, which is a shame, because the Three Crows, while they're kind of standard Kamen Rider villains, they're standard Kamen Rider villains. They kind of got that goofy yet villainous attitude, but well, not necessarily villainous, but you get what I mean. So I kind of wish they got a little bit more, show their strength a bit more, even though we kind of did see their strength, especially in the first time we saw them, but it's only been 2 or 3 episodes since they were introduced. and already they're being defeated. But now that they're Hazard Smashers, hopefully they stay as Hazard Smashers for a few more episodes at least, and not get defeated and die, which is what the Hazard Trigger does to them. If they lose, they will die instead of being reverted back to a human. But that's really all we get in this episode. And one important detail that may have, hopefully they follow up on, is Misora's ability to heal. Misora has the ability to heal using her golden bracelet, which we still don't know where she got the bracelet or whether it's a part of her. But it's easy to say that it came from Pandora's box. But I think that's all about all the interesting stuff in this episode. Next week we get Rabbit Tank Hazard, with Centaur using the Hazard Trigger in the build driver alongside Rabbit and Tank Full Bottles. So here's to that, and we get more infighting between Ryuga and Centaur. So he's hoping to actually get stuff done. And we get more stuff about Utsumi, which isn't too important right now. But basically he's now the representative for Nanba Heavy Industries that Gentoku, or Night Rogue, will be speaking with. But in terms of the episode, it was a solid episode. It was pretty good. Nothing too special. The matter of whether it was a good episode is whether they kind of follow up on some of the things they introduced in this episode. Whether Misora's healing gets more involved. The Hazard Smashers, hopefully they're a bit more involved for the next few episodes at the very least. And hopefully the Hazard Trigger, the Hazard Forms, if if Centaur will be using more than just Rabbit Tank Hazard. Will it be like, what do you call it? It'll kind of be like he will use like Gorilla Mond Hazard or Hawk Gatling Hazard, Nin Comic Hazard maybe. Hopefully we see like more Hazard forms than just Rabbit Tank Hazard. Because I remember in Kamen Rider Ghost, Takeru would only use, initially he would only use the free Torkon Boost forms, which were Goemon, Ryoma, and Himiko, but he did use some more, but that was a lot later in the show. But regardless, this episode I would probably give a 7 out of 10. It was a solid episode. It was pretty good. Action was solid. We see more of the usage of the Hokuto full bottles. We get a look at the Terubi or TV full bottle being used, but not as a form. But yeah, 7 out of 10. It was a good episode. What are your thoughts on the episode? Are you excited? Are you excited? Sorry, are you excited for Rabbit Tank Hazard and the Hazard Trigger? Do you already have plans of buying the toy for it? If I had the money, I would. But regardless, thank you for watching. My name is Dean, and this is Kiwami Drive. See yous.
This video is sponsored by Lux Brand. You can get awesome watches just like this one and other items such as bags and sunglasses for only 20% off with our coupon code KDRIVE. They also do free shipping if you order 2 or more items.